This is your High Desert Sports Report, the Victor Valley's only weekly action highlights sports program, covering our area's schools, teams, athletes, and sporting events. Best of 2017 High Desert Sports highlights the biggest plays, the impact players, High Desert high schools, from the gridiron to the hard court to the diamond, collegiate playmakers, racing, thrills, and spills. The best of 2017 High Desert Sports highlights.
Every moment on the court, every year, every season is just a great memory.
I remember my friends for sure, and my coaches, and just a few mentors I've had. They've just been real big influences on my life.
I'm just going to take all the relationships that I've created through the 4 years. It was awesome.
I'm going to go to college in Montana.
2017 Gabrielson Senior Athletes of the Year, each the recipient of a $1,500 scholarship at the 23rd Annual Rick Gabrielson Memorial Fund Awards Ceremony. 30 high school senior athletes of the year, so named by their school's athletic director and coaches, recognized and honored at ceremonies presented by the Rick Gabrielson Foundation. The Rick Gabrielson Memorial Foundation Athlete of the Year Awards and Scholarships, what we are, and what the Rick Gabrielson legacy is. Rick Olar was a star athlete, a superstar in high school basketball and baseball and collegiate baseball. Back in the early 70s, the word was phenom. Apple Valley's leading scorer in basketball his sophomore, junior, and senior years, an impact player in the purest sense. On the court and on the diamond. All league, all 3 seasons, basketball and baseball. First team All-CIF in baseball his junior and senior years, All-CIF in basketball his senior season. Dick Sowers and Bob Slough founded the Rick Gabrielson Memorial Foundation.
Our attempt here is to try to create something to honor the Victor Valley athletes and also to honor the legacy of Rick Gabrielson.
We thought that the style of this fellow and the way he lived his life and the way he played sports was conducive to creating a comprehensive Athlete of the Year program.
He went on to coach and manage in the Dodgers minor league system 6 years. By 1984, Olar left professional baseball to take the head coaching job at his alma mater. On the eve of his wedding, he underwent the name change to Gabrielson to honor the couple that had taken him in as a sophomore in high school and adopted him. Rick Gabrielson coached the Sun Devils 8 seasons. In the spring of 1994, gardening in his backyard, Rick Gabrielson suffered an insect bite. The severe allergic reaction, the anaphylactic shock, was swift and fatal. Every year, Senior Athletes of the Year and scholarship recipients are honored at the Gabrielson Foundation Awards Ceremony. Award winners read like a who's who of the Victor Valley's greatest athletes. Jason Vargas, starting pitcher, Kansas City Royals. Corin Tarver, cross-country and steeplechase record holder, Arizona State University. Bryce Quigley, all-conference player and team captain, San Diego State University. B.B. Bates, leading UCLA to the national championship in 2010, her freshman year. Reggie Lawson, drafted out of high school by the San Diego Padres in 2016. Of the 14 Division II small school Gabrielson Senior Athletes of the Year and 16 large school Division I Senior Athletes of the Year, 8 received athletic scholarships totaling $7,000. $500 scholarships are awarded to Sabrina Smith-Spidell of Apple Valley Christian, all-league in basketball, softball, and volleyball. 3 years for the Lady Warriors. And a $500 scholarship to fellow Apple Valley Christian schoolmate, Male Athlete of the Year, Con Messner. Also, a 3-sport star, Con Messner's 2 older brothers were also Gabrielson Athlete of the Year scholarship recipients. $500 scholarship recipients, Sultana All-American wrestler Sam Aguiar and Oak Hill soccer standout Desanya Williams.
I'm going to go to Cal State San Bernardino to continue to play soccer and major in kinesiology and just further my career.
Sam Aguiar twice earned first-team All-CIF in wrestling and was an All-American this year, earning All-State honors wrestling at 220. He also is CIF first team in track and field, throwing shot and discus. He will attend Cal Poly Luis Obispo on a full scholarship in wrestling. Araceli Diaz of the Lucerne Valley Lady Mustangs, the school's all-time scoring leader in basketball, first team All-CIF.
I think my greatest memory, though, is when we were playing against Hesperia Christian, and they had a league title on the line, so if we would have won, they wouldn't be league champions, but if they would have won, they would have been league champions. And at halftime, we were down by 7 points, and you know, like my coach was trying to like lift up the girls and stuff, but the girls have always seen me as a role model. So like, you know, I like told them like, you know, like anything's possible. We can do this. So and then we got out there and we beat them by 3 points. Yeah, and just like the feeling when that final buzzer went off, like everyone smiled, like you look around, like everyone was so happy, like because from my freshman year, like we have never been able to beat Hesperia. They've always been our rival, and then we like had this big accomplishment. It was just like the greatest thing ever. And then even after like in the locker room for like 10 minutes, there's just like a roar in there, we're just cheering, and then it was just like a really great feeling, you know. And then to see my coach too, because it was his first time beating Hesperia, and every time it's like, we need to beat Hesperia, we need to beat Hesperia, and then we finally did it, and he was just like, his face was full of like bliss and joy, like it was just so amazing. And then I think my other memory is when I broke the record for like most points scored in a career at my school. It's not very many because our school is very small, but I remember like my coach pulled me out and he like looked at me down at the benches and he was like, "You did it," and I was like, "I did it?" He's like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Oh, like it was just like an awesome feeling, you know."
Trevor Bragg, Hesperia Christian's 3-sport standout, 4 years. Any sport was your favorite?
Definitely basketball. Basketball has been my love since about 7th grade. Just love playing, love all the guys on the team, so it's been a blast playing that.
What are your plans now? What's next?
I'm going to go to Arizona Christian University, hopefully play some basketball there, and study to be an English teacher.
Trevor will also study theology. He intends to teach overseas and establish a church where there is not one currently. Serrano's Brianna Weichert, first team All-CIF in soccer.
I'm going to the University of Great Falls in Montana. I'm going to play soccer, hopefully start as a freshman, get playing time. So.
Serrano's Garrett Kokab, first team All-CIF in football 2 seasons, the first Diamondbacks athlete to win a CIF title. In track and field, he is CIF Division III discus champion. He was under the weather competing in the state masters finals.
Well, I'm ranked, I think, in the top 5th. I think I'm 5th by PR, but that I just wasn't feeling good the week before and started feeling a little bit better, but it seemed I get a good throw and a scratch or something like that. So.
Tyler Skurlock receives the Distinguished Service Award. He played for Rick Gabrielson, and as a Granite Hills coach, wore Gabrielson's number 10 to honor him. Keynote speaker Dan Tate, recipient of the Distinguished Service Award. The Gabrielson Memorial Fund operates under the umbrella of the High Desert Community Foundation. Rick Gabrielson excelled. He was honorable. We honor him. And his legacy lives on, committed to the ages through the Rick Gabrielson Memorial Foundation awards and scholarships, and the athletes who receive them. Down Home Grill, Victorville, online sports report. Action highlights brought to you by the Down Home Grill. Burgers from organic grass-fed beef. Breakfast from organic eggs. Great food, homemade, GMO, and many gluten-free. Down Home Grill, corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Drive, Victorville. The 22nd annual Rick Gabrielson Memorial Golf Tournament is Saturday, May 20th at the Apple Valley Golf Course. We flash back to tournaments past. Players and teams participating to contribute to the Rick Gabrielson Memorial Fund, which presents awards and scholarships to Victor Valley Senior Athletes of the Year from the area's high schools. The tournament is like one part local individuals and businesses and high school coaches and administrators contributing to the scholarship fund, and one part reunion of Rick Olar teammates and former Apple Valley Sun Devils who played for Rick Gabrielson.
Everything we do with Rick, back in the day, he, taught us everything. It's, it was a great thing just to be there, to have us basically just mentor us and just the life lessons that he taught us, he's missed.
Contending for traveled farthest to participate, Tom Fine from the state of Washington. Tom was a 1971 Apple Valley teammate of Rick Olar.
What brings you back here to the Victor Valley, Tom?
This golf tournament.
All right.
Yeah.
Tell me, what are some of your fond memories looking back? And
oh my God, it was a lot of years ago, Coach. It was, I left here in probably 1971 when I graduated. So my memories are ancient, but all of us coaches and all the guys that are playing in the tournament and Rick Olar, Rick Gabrielson, all the memories we had playing basketball and football with all those guys, that's what my fond memories of my childhood.
This foursome consists of 2 Sun Devils teammates and 2 Victor Valley Jackrabbits adversaries of Rick Olar.
Well, we have Keith Golden and Dick Gentili, my brother-in-law. They're both graduates of Apple Valley High School. Pat Gorman and myself, graduates from Victor Valley High School. So,
what keeps bringing you guys back?
For the love of Rick Gabrielson. He was a really great friend. Everyone knows what a great ball player he was, and a lot of us that were lucky got to play some ball with him, as I did. And we actually in 1969 we were teammates and won the big league division of the Little League World Series back in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Everybody was his friend. Everybody that knew Rick felt that he was their best friend, and he met with he had high expectations. Let's just put it that way, and he was just one of the finest human beings I've ever known.
Some schools, Serrano, Sultana, Riverside Prep, Hesperia, Apple Valley, sponsored foursomes year in and year out. Excelsior represented this year.
We came out today to support the Rick Gabrielson Golf Tournament. Just another way that Excelsior can partner with any organization that wants to help kids. We're happy to be out here, and we're glad everyone is having fun.
Why do you keep coming back, Robbie?
A, for the love of the game, and B, because it's a great cause. And, Gabrielson really touched our lives in so many ways on the field, in the classroom, and, Cecilia, it's nice to come back and see all the co-players, and it's a blessing to be out here.
The Rick Gabrielson Memorial Golf Tournament fields 36 teams, 144 players in the 21st annual event.
This is a great cause. Can't miss it.
The thing I remember most about Rick was his friendship. That's all I can say.
Any memories of playing for Rick?
Just the respect for the game, the discipline of the game. Go hard at all times, every pitch. He obviously did that when he played. I try to relay that to my players when they play.
Rick Gabrielson, Rick Olar at the time, was a fabulous, best athlete that I know of in the high desert, playing basketball and baseball against Rick. And I'll never forget Rick with his glasses. His glasses were all shot to heck and scratched, and that kid could play. He was a natural all-around athlete. And I respected that guy a lot, and I miss much.
He taught us 5 minutes early is 10 minutes late, the old philosophy, basically never be late. And, he wanted us to be good citizens.
A lot of good memories with Rick. He was one of my best friends, and just a lot of good times. When I was living up in Reno, he used to coach for the Dodgers, and he used to bring the team up. And used to have quite a bit of fun.
Golfers come from near and far to support the foundation, compete in the tournament, and revive and recall memories of their friend and, for some, fellow teacher and coach. Krista White, who had a hole-in-one at the 2010 tournament.
When I worked with Rick at Apple in the PE department, he and I had some very lively discussions about, curriculum and things like that. And I always enjoyed his professionalism and his dedication to kids and bettering their lives. And things like that. He's a great man, and we miss him.
Many players have participated in the event since it began as the Rick and Dick Classic prior to evolving into the fundraiser for the Rick Gabrielson Memorial Foundation.
Any foundation that does what the Gabrielson does and, you know, support the high desert, especially the kids, you know, we're all always going to be a part of it.
It's just nice to know that the memory lives on. It's a great cause, great people holding it together. Just thankful to be a part of it. Consider myself real lucky, real blessed to be in the situation I am. Yeah.
This tourney has emerged one of the leading fundraising golf tournaments in the Victor Valley.
It gets better and better every year. This year, for example, the prizes, a staff golf bag, rocket balls, driver. Prizes are outstanding. The golf was outstanding. Organization's great. Food was great. It's a great day all around.
The Gabrielson Group thanks all who participate in and support this year's Rick Gabrielson Memorial Golf Tournament. High Desert Sports Training, the area's only facility providing proven training concepts. The High Desert's only high-performance TreadX 3030 treadmill and hip machine. Indoor batting cages. High Desert Sports Training personal instructors and coaches unparalleled in experience and effectiveness. High Desert Sports Training utilizes muscle memory and speed of contraction, developing a quicker, faster, and stronger athlete. Call to schedule a free evaluation. High Desert Sports Training. The re-emergence of Sultana softball is marked by the 2017 Lady Sultans advance to the CIF quarterfinals. Coach Obi Galendo's girls eliminated Colony 11-3, their 19th victory of the season. They go back-to-back in postseason play, hosting top-ranked South Torrance the following day. The Lady Sultans' offensive punch is led all year by sophomore leadoff hitter Bella Castiglione and senior Missy Galindo. Melissa Galindo, hitting second in the batting order, hit .461 on the year and led the team in hits, runs scored, stolen bases, and runs driven in. Bella Castiglione batted .469 on the season, highest batting average on the team. She stole 12 bases. Senior Morgan McDonald draws the start against the #1 Lady Spartans, her second start in 2 days. The Lady Spartans leadoff hitter starts the game off with the base hit through the left side. The Lady Sultans' defense was the team's strongest point all season. They played error-free ball in this showdown against South Torrance. Some defensive plays were brilliant. Center fielder Aubrey Miller charges the line drive and doubles the runner off first with the laser of a throw to Missy Galindo. Aubrey Miller is a senior co-captain and a .338 hitter on the year. The next, South Torrance hitter, freshman Sofia Fernandez, jumps on a high fastball and sends it the other way, up, out, and over the 170 sign in left field. Morgan McDonald strikes out the South Torrance cleanup hitter to end the Spartans' half of the first of 2 strikeouts on the day for Morgan McDonald. The Lady Sultans will pose their biggest threat of the day in the bottom of the first. Melissa Galindo starts it with the base hit through the right side. Missy Galindo had hammered her 4th home run of the year, her first time up the day prior, the 11-3 win against Colony. The first of a number of questionable calls on the next play. The Spartans' second baseman misses the tag on Missy Galindo, but the base umpire calls Aubrey Miller out at first, saying the throw beat her to the base. The slow-motion replay shows Aubrey Miller was safe, at worst a tie, which would go to the runner, although she did hit the bag before the throw arrived. But now, 2 outs, Missy Galindo on second. Caitlin Denisi draws the 2-out base on balls. Important point here, how the Spartans' pitcher is far less effective with runners on base. Had the right call been made on the close play at first, the bases would be loaded with 1 out. Kaylee Criddle's infield base hit would have sent Missy Galindo home, tying the score with 1 out. Instead, it loads the bases with 2 outs. And fate would have it, the Lady Sultans do not get another base runner the rest of the game. Madison McDonald's hard-hit grounder is fielded on the short hop by the South Torrance pitcher. 3 Lady Sultans base runners are stranded. At the end of 1-0 South Torrance. Morgan McDonald retires the side in order in the second, striking out her Spartans counterpart to end the inning. South Torrance threatens next when they load the bases in the third. Leading hitter, the freshman Sofia Fernandez, drives in another run with the second of her 3 hits on the day. The third Spartans run is scored on the sacrifice fly to center fielder Aubrey Miller, whose throw to the plate arrives ahead of the base runner, tagging from third, but the collision jars the ball loose, and it is 3-0 South Torrance. Coach Obi Galindo takes issue with the home plate umpire, who did not acknowledge the Spartans' base runner did not slide to avoid a collision with catcher Madison McDonald, as the case would be. Throughout the afternoon, Coach Galindo's protest does not end in his favor. Nor is this the last encounter the Lady Sultans coach has with the crew in blue this day. South Torrance tacks on 1 more run in the third before Valerie Long throws out the Spartans hitter to end the inning. Valerie Long among the underclassmen who will return next year. She is a junior. End of 3, it is 4-0 South Torrance. Sophomore second baseman Caitlin Denisi successfully negotiates the high, wind-blown pop-up last-moment adjustment, resulting in the basket catch of sorts, wind gusts hitting 20 miles per hour this final Thursday of May. The Spartans' Sofia Fernandez places herself in scoring position with the stand-up double with 2 outs in the 5th. South Torrance caps the scoring on the base hit up the middle that bounces off the bag and into center field. Aubrey Miller's throw to the plate again just ahead of the base runner, who slides in safely when the ball comes loose. Shortstop Valerie Long makes like a quarterback, rolling out, rifling the throw to first that ends the top half of the 5th. After 4.5, Spartans 5-0. Madison McDonald comes oh so close to putting the Lady Sultans on the board. Her deep drive to left carries over the fence but is blown foul by the strong gusting wind. The sophomore catcher, a .314 hitter, has 3 home runs on the season. Valerie Long makes another fine play from her shortstop position. This is 6th inning action. She retreats to her position, soon flanked by the colorful outfield sign bearing her name and number 17 between the Perez Gutierrez family sign and CPI Capital. The Spartans pitcher takes 1 off the noggin, the face mask of her helmet actually, and is aboard with 1 out in the 6th. Caitlin Denisi dives to her right, flips to Valerie Long, who turns the 4-6-3 double play to bring the Lady Sultans into hit in their half of the 6th. Still 5-0 South Torrance. A crowning point pointing to umpire discrepancies in the 6th, Coach Obi Galindo argues the ejection of a player for use of a bat not inspected by officials prior to the contest, but the umpire crew takes the "you and the horse you rode in on" posture, also ejecting the coach. Aubrey Miller, an altogether unfitting and undeserving end to the seniors' day, season, and in fact Sultana playing career. Aubrey Miller had gone down swinging to end the 6th when South Torrance coaches protested the bat she had used. Athletic Director H.R. Lugo has to listen to the explanation. The umpires wanted the senior removed from the dugout. H.R. Lugo disregards that directive to remove his senior co-captain. The Lady Sultans have had to remove their all-league center fielder from the field for the Spartans' final 3 outs of the contest. Sultana retires Sofia Fernandez for the first time. Caitlin Denisi throwing her out for out number 2 in the 7th. Valerie Long's play, the throw to Missy Galindo, brings the Lady Sultans in for their final at-bats. The bottom of the 7th will be nondescript. The final score, South Torrance 5-0. The Lady Sultans had been the 3rd team in the Mojave River League qualifying for CIF. Sultana entered postseason play, the 9th ranked team in CIF Division 5. The outcome ends the Lady Sultans' 2017 campaign with 19 triumphs in its 30-game schedule.
The conclusion of the Hesperia Christian Patriots basketball season marks more than the end of the team's run in postseason play. It brings to an end the Hoops career of a trio of Patriots who have led the school to unprecedented heights on the hard court. Trevor Bragg, Austin Luton, Zach Schilling. This Patriots triple threat of 3 sport superstars have been league champions 4 consecutive seasons, helping lead Hesperia Christian to 2 trips to the CIF Southern Section semifinals, 1 CIF Southern Section championship game appearance, and 2 runs to CIF playoffs, in addition to their 4 league titles. And that's just in basketball. Austin Luton, Trevor Bragg, Zach Schilling have also been the nucleus of Patriots football and baseball championships throughout their careers. The basketball season did not end as the team had hoped, falling to Sherman Institute in the opening round of the CIF state tournament. The Patriots run up against a hot-shooting band of Sherman Indian Braves who ambush them in Riverside, ending their season with an 80-68 elimination. Here's how that final hoops encounter for the Patriots unfolds. The 6'4" southpaw Zach Schilling driving to the war paint for the first basket of the game. Hesperia Christian's starting lineup: 21 Austin Luton, 3 Zach Schilling, 31 is 6'3" sophomore Hunter Dobbins, 23 Quentin Wilson, junior point guard, 33 Trevor Bragg. Sherman Institute wins this exchange of possessions to take an 8-2 lead 4 minutes in. Austin Luton responds with his first basket. The 6'1" Luton will score 19 on the night. 8-4 Sherman. We are midway through the opening stanza. The sophomore, Hunter Dobbins, pulls the Patriots within 2 with the drive shot, 8-6. Hunter Dobbins kicks it out to Trevor Bragg, whose basket from beyond the arc puts the Patriots back on top, 9-8. 3:45 remains in what becomes a high-scoring first quarter. The Patriots go up by 3 when Austin Luton feeds Zach Schilling. It's 11-8 in what proves to be Hesperia Christian's biggest lead of the night. The Sherman Indians will regain the lead on this sequence, moving the ball quickly against the Patriots' zone defense, eventually getting the ball inside to one of 2 Braves post players whose basket puts the home team back on top. 12-11. This sequence begins a back-and-forth exchange when Trevor Bragg hits from out. The final points of his Patriots career, the score is 71-65 with under 2 minutes left to play. It will be Quentin Wilson scoring the last Hesperia Christian field goal of the season. The final score, Sherman Braves 80, Patriots 68. Hesperia Christian ends the season with 21 victories in 28 games. They lost to Rolling Hills Prep in the CIF Southern Section Division 5 AA playoffs before earning their at-large bid into the CIF state tournament.
Best of 2017 High Desert Sports highlights the biggest plays, the impact players, High Desert high schools, from the gridiron to the hard court to the diamond, collegiate playmakers, racing, thrills, and spills. The best of 2017 High Desert Sports highlights. This is your High Desert Sports Report, the Victor Valley's only weekly action highlights sports program, covering our area's schools, teams, athletes, and sporting events.